On today's Domain Sherpa review, the Sherpas tell us what they bought and sold, including lostplayas.com, corporatereputation.com, and buymyhouse.com. A user-submitted portfolio that includes dronerepairkits.com, opennipplebra.com, and chargingsupplies.com. We discuss names going to auction soon, including census.com, coolingsystem.com, and DWIclasses.com. We play the Name That Price game and crown a new Sherpa on the mountain. Dave Evanson is on as a guest Sherpa today, joining Adam Dicker and Shane Cultra. Stay tuned. I have 3 sponsor messages before we get into today's show. First, if you have a great domain name and nothing to show when people visit, you're missing out on potential advertising revenue, leads, and partnership opportunities. NicheWebsites.com can build you a site quickly with a price option to suit any need. But as their tagline says, they don't just build websites, they build businesses. NicheWebsites.com. Second, if you're buying or selling a domain name or portfolio and you want an estimate of its value, Estabot.com is the place to go. Just like you'd visit Zillow.com to get an estimate of a house value, Estabot.com provides key information about the most important statistics so you can make an informed decision based on data. Finally, whether you're buying, selling, brokering, or financing a domain name, you need an escrow company that's properly licensed, bonded, insured, and audited. That company is escrow.com, and they've been doing it since 1999. Escrow.com. It's about trust. Hey everyone, I'm Michael Cyger, publisher of DomainSherpa.com, and this is the Domain Sherpa Review. This is the show where we get into the minds of successful domain name investors using real examples so we can learn strategies and tactics. We have four segments to the review. We're going to start off learning what the Sherpas recently bought or sold. Next, we'll discuss the value of an investor-submitted domain name portfolio. Then we'll preview some domains going to auction soon at namejet.com. We're going to wrap up with the Name That Price game and maybe a reader question or two. Joining us today on the Domain Sherpa Review are 3 past Sherpas and thought leaders. In order from left to right, we have Adam Dicker, CEO of DNForum.com and NicheWebsites.com, the company that will help you build, rank, and generate revenue from your business website. You're looking tan today, Adam.
There's no tan.
There's no tan. No, you're in Canada.
Hold on. It's like 40 degrees here today, so you never know.
40 is cold.
No, 40 Celsius. It's like 100 and something for you guys.
Filling in for Andrew Rosener is Dave Evanson, senior sales and brokerage consultant at Cedo.com and 3-time domain name broker of the year. Count 'em. And Shane Cultra, publisher of the blog DomainShane.com and owner of the Country Arbors Nursery in Illinois. Sherpas, welcome to today's show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're looking sharp in your Country Arbors t-shirt there, Shane.
Yeah, I told the blue brings out my eyes.
Yeah. Can I go online and buy one of those on your website?
I don't think you work there. It's special.
What if I show up to the nursery? Can I buy one from a staff member if I overpay?
I can probably get you. We hand these out. These are like the broker awards. One a year.
Anybody that shows up, the only broker that shows up gets them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right, we're going to start off with a segment called What's New Sherpas, where the Sherpas get to share one purchase or sale that they've made or helped with over the past few weeks. We get to learn, as the audience, what they paid or received, why they thought it was a good deal, and how the negotiation progressed. I'm going to lead you through the questions, but other Sherpas will get to comment during the process as well. Shane, let's start with you. What's one domain name that you've bought or sold in the past couple of weeks? Tell us the domain and not the price.
All right. Well, I went international this week. And I purchased LasPlayas.com.
Can you spell that for me?
God, this is a day I need Drew. Come on. Las Playas means the beaches in Spanish. Las Playas.
Thebeaches.com in Spanish.
Las Playas.
Las Playas. Hey, Adam.
Oh, boy. Come on, Drew.
I don't speak Spanish. I was born and raised in California, and surprisingly, I don't speak Spanish. Adam, what do you think of LasPlayas.com?
Well, listen, if it's right, and it's not one of those weird Chinese translations that I bought where it was like 15 different ways to spell the beaches, and it's good. So I'm going to say he spent, this one he's trying to get me on, I'm going to go with he spent $1,200.
$1,200. Dave, it's a the domain. I don't like them. Berkens loves them. What do you think of lostflyus.com? What do you think Shane paid for?
P-L-A-Y-A-S.
I would probably like it better if it didn't have the .com extension, if it had a .es as an example. But I do like it. I think he probably paid about $2,500.
$2,500. See, I didn't even know how to spell it, Shane. That's why I wanted you to spell it. It's Playas. Las Playas.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's go to the La Playa. Let's go to the
La
beach.
Playa. All right. So Adam said $1,200. Dave said $2,500. What'd you throw down for that tasty little domain?
Well, I am very happy to say that nobody else liked it, and I paid $12 at GoDaddy.
$12 plus reg fee on the expired.
You got it.
$20, you're all in, huh?
Yeah, it's not the greatest name in the world, but for that name, there's a lot of Mexican restaurants with that name, and it's that is a word that people know in Spanish. Playa, Las Playa, go to the playa. That's one of the few words other than cerveza that they know. So I thought $12 was a good buy.
Yeah, well, clearly Adam and Dave both thought you paid thousands for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was a good buy. And while he was saying that, I found a company that has a Google page but no website called Les Playa. So I just popped it up for you. Go sell it to them.
There you go. Go sell it, Shane.
All right.
That's a quick flip. And I love this industry because it is so easy to do those types of quick flips. A gentleman sent me an email, and we got on a phone conversation, and he invested like $1,000 all into these hand-registered domain names. And after watching Ollie's interview and How to Sell a Domain Name with Adam, he's already turned that portfolio into $10,000 in sales. And then he's leveraging that and investing into better domain names. He bought his most expensive one, which was like $700 recently. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the difference between a new domainer and someone that, that has a little more experience is, when to spend the $12. Because we can all spend $12 timeless, over and over and over.
Yeah.
But there's some opportunities in not to get too far off, but I bought Trunk Saver. In my industry, dinging the trunks of trees is the biggest thing that we all do. We hit those with the equipment, and we're all looking for trunk savers. And it was $12.
Wow.
I think you're in the beaches mood because of your upcoming trip to Hawaii. So
I know.
Something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to miss Shane on the next show that we tape later this month. Shane's going to be in Hawaii.
Ollie and I are going to be hitting it hard over there.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be down the street from him.
2 minutes from him, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Shane's going to be on vacation next show, so post a comment below and let us know who we should have fill in for Shane. Thanks, Shane. Adam, let's go over to you. What's one domain name that you've bought or sold in the past couple of weeks?
Okay, so you know this one, so you can't say anything. It's corporatereputation.com.
All right, corporatereputation.com. Dave, let's go over to you.
What's your corporate reputation?
What?
My slogan, what's your corporate reputation?
I have no rep. Dave, what do you think Adam paid for corporatereputation.com?
I'm going to assume that it was not a new registration. Shane had me tricked there.
Yeah, he does that.
Shane got a good deal. Adam's a pretty savvy buyer. I'm going to say he paid $1,500.
$1,500. Shane, what do you think Adam paid for it?
Can I have one question? Didn't we talk about that before? Didn't that name come up?
We did, yes.
Okay. All right.
But did you follow it, and do you know?
I didn't follow it. I'm going to say...
It's no trunk saver. Come on.
Yeah, it's no trunk saver. I'm going to say $2,700.
$2,700. $1,500 and $2,700. Adam, what'd you pay for corporatereputation.com?
$4,005, and it was on NameJet, and we did talk about it.
Yeah.
And since I own reputationrepair.com and a bunch of others, I own Business Reputation, a bunch of other ones, I figured it was a good one for me to add to the list.
Somebody made you pay for that one, Adam. Are you pissed?
Not at all. It's not what I paid for, it's what I can do with it that counts.
Although there's a little bit of you that's like, those bastards, they knew I was going to bid on that.
No, it doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. If I'm not happy with what I'm bidding, I should stop bidding.
Good for you. All right. $4,005. So how long is it going to take you to get a website up for corporatereputation.com?
Oh, it's almost just a defensive registration at that, even though it's at that price, because I've got pretty much most of the industry locked up. So
yeah,
Like I own personal, a whole bunch of them. So
What's
I'm just
the main reputation website you run again?
reputationrepair.com. Which,
And if you go there, there's probably a corporate option there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But you said you had no problems. But if you did, I I could help you. I've done lots of help for one of the vice presidents of one of the MLB teams. His wife was caught stealing a purse, so I had to help her. And I've had basketball players' wives and stuff. So you do get to meet all kinds of cool people when you do this stuff.
Yeah. All right.
And soon all those kids that keep posting pictures of them drinking beer bottles online when they're looking for jobs, they'll all be customers too.
Yeah.
Including my son.
All right. Thanks, Adam. Dave, I believe as a broker, you're not buying and selling domains on your own, but you do help clients every day. Is there one domain name that you've bought or that you've helped buy or sell in the past couple of weeks that's public that you can talk about?
Well, I think a good one, it's been a little bit longer than a couple of weeks. BuyMyHouse.com.
BuyMyHouse.com?
Correct.
And did you help somebody buy it or sell it?
Sell it.
Sell it. All right. Adam, let's go to you. What price do you think Dave helped sell that domain for?
Well, Dave would have given it to an underling if it wasn't a good sale. He'd have found somebody to knock it off to. If he's actually going to get involved, it was buymyhouse.com?
Yep.
Buymyhouse.com. I'm going to go with, I don't think he's getting out of bed for less than 40K, so I'm going with 40.
40K. Shane, what do you think?
Yeah, I had 50K in my mind. That's
50K.
What immediately came with 50,000. It's perfect for putting on a sign right in front of the house, no doubt.
Putting in front of a house.
Yeah, like buy my house, like for sale by owner. To me, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, Dave,
a national
is
thing.
that how the buyer saw it as well?
Well, actually, I didn't catch Shane's last comment, and you'll see why when you ask me what the price was.
All right, so what was the price?
I was trying to figure out how to portray this, so I had to present it. So Adam said 40,000. Shane said 50,000. What's the average of those two prices?
45.
That was the price.
Bam! You guys nailed it. Look at that. That's the power of the crowd right there.
We are a team. Look at it.
Well, Shane and I worked it out. I got him on the side monitor over here. But listen, Dave's not going to get out of bed for those $1,500 to $2,500 sales. Not at a company like Sato. So he is the head man there for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that $12 purchase Shane made would get me out of bed. That was a pretty good deal.
Yeah, but that's a purchase. You wouldn't sell it for $12.95.
Right. Well, and I can't. As a broker at Sato, we don't buy or sell our own names. But
Dave, how long did it take to find a buyer for buymyhouse.com?
a few weeks. There's quite a few people that are into buying and selling apartments, condos, renting these places, leasing these places, and they have one or two, maybe sometimes more than multiple sites. So we contacted a bunch of those folks.
And when you contact them, do you do the contacts yourself, or does your team get on the phone, start sending emails?
Well, I actually don't have a team. I do everything myself. We have a lot of brokers at Sato, and our brokers speak 25 languages, but we at least I do it myself. So I'll develop the lead list. I'll email. I'll call. If I'm trying to reach a different country or someone who speaks a different language, I may ask somebody in our international division to help, with the language skills.
Yeah. And when you email,
so I email them.
When you email a buyer at, say some firm that buys houses and may want to buy buymyhouse.com, do you do the typical email like, "Hey, Shane, I'm Dave Evanson from Sato, a senior broker of premium domain names. I'm representing buymyhouse.com. Let me know if you have any interest in discussing an acquisition. Sincerely, Dave." Is that the kind of email you send?
You have the ability to control my computer remotely, it appears. And that's pretty close.
All right. And then sometimes, just like everybody else, sometimes you get a response, sometimes you don't get a response.
Right. And if it's a very good prospect, that I really think is one of the primary targets, I would probably email again within a few days or pick up the phone right away. But if I'm sending out hundreds of emails, I can't call them all. Certainly not within a short period of time. But it's pretty, sometimes it's pretty easy to figure out that the person you're writing to should really have this domain name. It's worth a phone call as well.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, a phone call and an email.
Yeah.
Or even a text message if you happen to have the cell phone number.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to you, the buyer and the seller, Dave.
Hey, what about Shane and I? We got it right.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
you
tight.
guys as well.
Hi.
It was a team effort there. Nice job, guys.
Yeah.
What do? You have a tie right there, 40 and 50, both 5,000 off.
Oh, it's a win. There's no ties. We both,
Yeah,
win-
Shane and I, we're both happy with those results.
yeah, that's how Adam. We just call them wins. We never.
You guys are still reeling from the last show where Ollie stepped in and schooled you guys on the Name That Price game, huh?
Yeah,
Is that why you're all lovey-dovey with each other right now? Are you afraid that Dave's going to come in and nail you guys in the final game?
He has to.
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, plus Ali was fun. I mean, we couldn't really get on him. He's got that killer beard and stuff, and he's a super nice guy. So, what can you do?
All right,
tougher.
Sherpas, we're going to move on to the next segment of the show. We're moving into the domain portfolio review. We take a user-submitted domain name portfolio, and then we provide honest and constructive feedback to the owner so they can cut their losses or continue to hold those domains or figure out a sales strategy going forward. Today's portfolio was submitted by Herschel Croy. As part of Herschel's submission, he made a generous donation to the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center to help us all find a cure for cancer. Herschel won the contest for the most interesting comment that accompanied his portfolio submission. He said he was a cattle rancher, and he is outside most of the day with his cattle. So Herschel has quite an interesting day job, and then he's investing in domains at night. Herschel's list of 25 domain names starts with alldaycomplete.com and it ends with useduavdrones.com. Adam, let's start with you. When you look at Herschel's list of domains, what's the overall impression that you have?
What did you call this segment? What did you say it was about? Whether to keep or whether to drop and start over?
Right. Cut their losses, continue to hold, or figure out a sales strategy going forward.
All right, Herschel. Let me see. I mean, so I got to be honest. I did look at this list, and I didn't find a whole lot that I really liked. Social media date, it may have some potential as a brandable or as a dating site. I did enjoy doing the research on open nipple bra. I thought that was good. I think that drone repair kits is probably the best one on the list, but Estabot puts it at 0. Actually, I think, but I mean, if I had to pick, I guess the open nipple bras, honestly, they're a lingerie product, so you could probably sell them there. I saw Alibaba has a lot of them for sale, part of the research I had to do. And drone repair kits, if drones really become more and more popular, and it's probably not a bad idea. But really the rest of them, I think it's time to look at the list and figure out, looking at some of them like All Day Complete, is it something that a business would want to buy or a business could set up on that domain name? Maybe All Day Complete is like a vitamin, I don't know. Best Made Tools. You really have to look at them. I think a lot of these, there's 25, 26 names on the list.
25.
So I'm hoping only put in about $250, and I would start to take any offers you can get on any of these and sell them, and then start to rebuy with that knowledge that if you're trying to resell, you're trying to pick up names that a company would want to buy. And these names just don't look like it to me.
All right, so let me dig down one level deeper on that, Adam. You say, and I often hear the Sherpas say, buy names that, well, I think it's primarily you that says this, buy names that businesses want to buy. And I'm sure Herschel's thinking like, well, Cubanware.com. Aren't there a lot of Cubans or people that are looking for the, clothing from Cuba? Or maybe chargingsupplies.com. I need to charge phones all the time. Why are those not?
It could be, but from what I understand, most Cubans, when they come here, and my brother-in-law is Cuban, he's mostly looking to get a nice pair of jeans or something like that. So there's definitely things that Cubans would wear, but with the search volume of only 4,300 people looking for it, it doesn't have enough volume to make the domain worthwhile. So I would say most people aren't looking for it.
Yeah.
And it's spelled W-E-A-R, so it's got to be closed. If it was W-A-R-E, it could be technology. It could be anything.
Yeah. So you're saying these domains just don't have enough search volume. They're not interesting. They're not big enough domains to build a business on, or not specific enough. But besides the search volume, what makes a domain worth buying from a business point of view?
Well, it just has to be something that you could personally build a business on, or you think somebody could. I mean, maybe you're not into all that stuff, but this list looks to me like there hasn't been enough research done. It's mostly been random buying, and it looks like obviously a lot of drone stuff. And I'm not really into drones. And some of the words, like a dronesman, it looks like a made-up word for somebody who works drones. I don't know. But if I don't know what some of these things are, it's probably that a lot of other people aren't going to know. So it should be a little bit more obvious. Like pet crowns is okay for people that really worship their pets as a luxury gift, but I just don't think it's gonna get much action as a product.
I love my dog, but I would not put crowns on my dog's teeth. Oh, you meant crowns on their head.
A crown on a head.
What about tourtn.com, Adam? Isn't that a business name? Don't people go to Tennessee to tour around?
They probably do. I mean, they go to see Nashville and everything else. And that one probably isn't bad, but I'm not big on the state abbreviations because it's usually going to be, instead of Tour Tennessee, it's probably going to be Tour Knoxville, Tour Nashville. I mean, you don't have time in a day to tour the whole state, I don't think so. It could be Tour Tennessee, but I think it's mostly Visit Tennessee instead of Tour.
All right. So you didn't really like any of the domains, but if you had to pick one, it sounds like OpenNippleBra.com was your favorite because of the research that you had to do?
No, only because it's the only product that I can really see there. I mean, it's and I mean, it's obviously a product. There's a lot of people. If you Google it, you're going to see a lot of people selling it. So at least it's a product.
All right, I will Google it after this. Dave, thanks, Adam. Dave, let's go to you. What do you you probably receive a lot of emails from people saying, Dave, can you help me out with my domains? I need to sell them. If you got this list of 25 domains from Herschel, what would be your response?
First, I'll just say that I tried to Skype Adam today, and I saw his away message. It said, researching open nipple bras. He's like that for 3 hours. I pretty much would agree with Adam that there's really there's just a couple in there, few and far between. I actually like charging supplies. I think charging is becoming a pretty big category, remote charging. Now, I'm really excited about, I don't particularly like the drone names, but I like drones and drone names because a couple years ago, I sold DJI.com to a drone company for $300,000. And that was before the Chinese bid up the three-letter .coms. It was about 2 years ago. Yeah, so it was a company in China that makes drones. They were called DJI Technologies, now they're DJI. And they're a large drone manufacturer. I'm currently speaking with some drone manufacturers because one of the names that I'm marketing is overview.com. If you think about it, what does a drone do? It's up there, it's on top, viewing, so it gives you an overview. I think it's a great name for a drone company. But I do like the charging supplies as well as my second choice. I think Adam said it as well, would be drone repair kits. Because of my interest in drones, I think the other drone names really don't cut it. Yeah, I would go along with Adam's comment there about if you get offers, take them. Yep. The one other possibility, I don't know a lot about oil rigs, but July 4th up in Maine, there were some people at this barbecue that were up from Odessa and Midland, Texas, which those towns are about 10 miles apart, 100,000 each. They live and die off of the economy around oil and oil rigs. So, I suppose that if charging supplies is of interest to some of us, then oil rig supply would probably be of interest to people in the Texas community or wherever there's a lot of oil.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's really not very much.
Hey, Dave, let me ask you, what do you think the retail price on chargingsupplies.com is today? $5,000. So if Herschel gets an offer, an inquiry on it, he should ask $5,000 for it.
I'm sorry, retail. If somebody really wants that name because they want to get into that business, they're probably going to be willing to pay more than $5,000. But I think 5,000 would be a pretty good sale.
Yeah. Okay.
Might be willing to pay a little more for it.
What about DroneRepairKits.com? If somebody contacted Herschel and unsolicited, and he threw out a price.
There's a lot more people would be interested in charging supplies because a lot more people have cell phones than drones. But the drone category, as you know, is growing. So at the point where, in the future, where people have drones for games and not pets, but for toys, and there are a few of those now, I guess there'll be repair kits, but just a few $1,000s, I would think.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think there'll be companies that very large companies that emerge that are selling drone repair kits. I think it's a specialty probably, and if you have a drone and you need to get it fixed, you probably have to bring it back to the manufacturer.
Yeah, and so like you did on your buymyhouse.com, Herschel could go on to Google. What are you drinking out of there, Dave? Did I see you not using your Sherpa mug?
My cafe latte and my Cedo cup, but I do apologize, and I thank you for sending me that cup. I have it in my office, and I'm not in my office today.
And then Adam's just flagrantly drinking out of a soda can there.
Oh, I forgot mine too.
So I can't remember what I was. A water bottle! You're killing the environment, Shane.
That's terrible. Sponsored by Dasani.
All right, before I get to Shane, Dave, you were saying like you did on buymyhouse.com, you put together a list, you did your research, you figured out who might want to buy it. Likewise, Herschel could do the same on drone repair kits. He could go to Google, he could search for drone repair or drone repair kits, see if there's any companies out there, and then email them just like you do, and then call them up with a follow-up if they don't respond and see if they might want to upgrade to a generic domain like this and go across all drones.
Absolutely. I think the list would be a lot shorter in the case of drone repair kits than real estate. And I happen to know that in part because I'm working overview.com right now. There really aren't that many drone companies, but they're popping up, and a lot of them have money, and a lot of them don't have the right domain name yet.
Yeah. Well, my middle child just turned 8, and he got his own little drone for his birthday. It's the cutest little thing. It's fun.
Wow.
All right, Shane, let's go over to you. Thanks, Dave. What are your 2 top favorites, Shane?
All right. Well, first of all, my wife works for a drone company.
She does. Does she want to buy DroneRepairKits.com?
They're an RC. Horizon Hobby does RC cars and anything remote control. So
well, maybe we should have had her on this show.
No, they do more in cars, like little remote control cars and other things than they do. But drones is where everybody's pushing, so they have a place. Obviously, they're pushing just like everybody else to get out. Ones that come back to your wrist, or drones that do everything by themselves. But anyway, so I'm pretty much in the same boat. I wrote on my paper before we even started talking is you take one word from every domain and you got some fantastic domains. So if you other than that, they're all new. This is a numbers game in my opinion. When you register 25 domains in March like you did, you're hoping to sell one. And I think we've all pointed to the same ones. Mine were charging supplies, open nipple bra. Again, Adam and we both did a lot of homework on it. And I didn't buy one like he did, but I still looked. And the only other one that I thought that stuck out, and I don't think it's worth a lot of money, but Farm Fresh Quality. If you saw that on a poster or something, that would make you think that you've got good orange juice straight from the farm or something along those lines. I think that could be something that they would use in marketing. Yeah. But the rest of them, I think you can get your $300 or $400 out of charging supplies and drone repair. Obviously, drone repair is a lot better than drone repair kits, because I don't know that you're necessarily buying a kit. But you probably could get your $300 or $400 to pay for these other ones that I don't think are going to ever sell. So, and a lot of us do the numbers game. A lot of us do that where we buy a lot of $12 names, and all we have to do is sell 1 or 2, and then we can afford to sit on the rest. Or because a lot of us, no matter how much we know, we don't always get it right. The names that we think are worth a ton, all of a sudden you get a bid or an offer on a name you never thought that you would get, like Arrow Wheel. I mean, that's not the name that I thought I would sell first, but it was a name that I thought was nice. So, heck, you may get an offer on one of these others, but I wouldn't sit it out too long with these names. I think he's going to have a lot of renewal fees based on all the rest of them. But I like the same 3 that they did.
Yeah. All right, Herschel, there you go. The unedited feedback from the Sherpas. Thanks for submitting your portfolio and making a donation to cancer research. We hope this has been helpful to you in your domain investing. So now you know which ones to focus on, which ones to go market, maybe which ones to drop at renewal time if you're not getting any interest. If you're watching this show and you want to learn about submitting your portfolio for review like Herschel did today and having these guys talk about your domain names, especially if you have any nipple-related domain names, definitely submit those. Visit DomainSherpa.com/review and click the Join the Domain Sherpa Review blue button. We're going to move on to the marketplace list. This segment is sponsored by NameJet. We'll be reviewing 12 domains heading to auction soon. Quick break from 3 sponsors of today's show. First, are you tired of being upsold and cross-sold when you buy or renew a domain? Then try the newest registrar being built from the ground up with a beautiful interface, competitive pricing, and 24/7 support. Uniregistry.com will surprise and delight you. The right domain can change your life. Uniregistry.com. Checked out Flippa.com lately? The fastest growing domain name marketplace reaches millions of real entrepreneurs and investors. Try the newly redesigned domain portfolio section where you can upload your domains for free, field buyers' offers, and sort, search, and edit in bulk. At any time, convert a listing to auction to reach more targeted buyers. And with Flippa's acquisition of domain holdings, you now have access to the best outbound sales team in the business. Visit flippa.com/sell to learn more. Finally, if you're buying a domain name from a private party and want to know what else they own, DomainIQ.com is the tool you should be using. View their entire portfolio, filter by Estimate value, and be a better investor. $49.95 for 250 queries per month. Visit DomainIQ.com/portfolio to learn more. We're going to move on to the marketplace list. This segment is sponsored by NameJet. We'll be reviewing 12 domains heading to auction soon. For transparency, I always ask the Sherpas if they own any of the domains or are brokering any of the domains that are on today's list. Sherpas, any names look familiar?
I did unsuccessfully broker census.com.
All right, so you're not representing them right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. So
that's the first time I've ever heard Dave said he's brokered something unsuccessfully.
It must have been the one year that he didn't win the broker of the year.
The price was probably ridiculous.
we did have, I think, a $175,000 offer that wasn't accepted.
What?
Yeah. All right. We'll talk about that. If you're watching the show, you like one of the names below, click through soon because once they go to auction, you lose your chance to put in a minimum bid or even be a part or just watch the results. The links below are just click through links so that NameJet can track them. They're not commissionable. The list starts with AskExpats.com and ends with the 4-letter acronym SOXA.com. What's the order? We're going to start with Dave this round?
Yeah.
Dave, what do you like on the NameJet list and why? What are your few favorites?
So I won't mention Census, but I really did like that one a lot. And I think it will sell. I don't know. I won't comment on the price. So cooling system, it's fairly narrow, but there's a... am I supposed to give you price predictions? Or
I'm going to ask if you don't. Yeah.
Okay.
So like coolingsystem.com, you're saying it's fairly narrow, but you like it. You think it'll sell. What do you think it'll sell for as long as it doesn't have an unreasonable reserve?
5,000.
5K on NameJet, so wholesale. What else do you like on the list?
Yeah, because it's wholesale. I like radio repair.
Do people still have radios?
I was going to say,
no, Dave does.
I do.
Got fax machine in the back.
Every smartphone has a radio now.
I actually said that for Shane since he said that drone repair would be better than drone repair kits. But I was going to say the problem is that the number of drones out there is increasing dramatically each day or each year. The number of radios is going the opposite direction. So, I don't know. It might go for, I'm going to say again, $5,000, $6,000.
Yeah. Is that one of those domains that, in 10 years is not going to have any life left on it?
I would agree with that. I like money market account. I can't quote the prices, but I'm familiar with some similar domains that have sold perhaps in private sales that we were involved in. I can't remember which ones are public, which ones are private, but I think that one should go for maybe close to 50,000. It could go for close to 50,000. I think if it was sold in a retail environment, it'd go for a lot more.
Yeah. So what do you think the retail value would be? Like over 100?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think,
money market accounts are pretty popular.
Yeah, I think
No
so.
way it's going for that on NameJet, though.
All right, we got a bet going here. You don't think it'll hit 50K on NameJet?
Not a chance.
I don't think it'll hit 15K.
You don't think it'll hit 15K?
Not on NameJet.
Okay, I'm going to have to send some end users there then, I guess.
See, I think Dave's used to selling at retail. That's the problem.
Well, I'm going to Estabot to see what Estabot thinks the value of the domain is. Hold on.
23,000. 23,000.
23K.
Yeah. So someone like Fidelity Investments, or when I think about Bank of America buying loans.com for $3.2 million, and there are mutual funds sold, and funding sold, and I'm currently working deposit.com, money market account. It's trillions of dollars in money market accounts. But,
Yeah.
It would have to be. I'm not sure if it was a wholesale purchase. It would have to be a flipper, because you can't just buy as an entrepreneur a money market account and start a money market account business. I don't believe you have to have a banking license and all that good stuff.
I think that's a money laundering account.
I wonder if that's available.
It could be. I don't know. I mean, I'm saying close to 50 on the top end, but that's because I'm assuming that some people, assuming that was brokered and brokered well, then a lot of end users were aware of it, and if they have been informed or could be informed that it's now a wholesale price, they could put a $50,000.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Dave. Let's go to you, Shane. What are your favorite 2 or 3 domains on the NameJet list, and why?
All right. Well, I did like Census, but
why did you like it?
Well, I'm not sure what you would do with it. I mean, that's where Dave is. He's figuring out what you can do with something. I have no idea. Other than selling, where you sell questionnaires or things like that, where you gather information. I'm not sure what you do, but hearing what the offer turned down, there's no way that that's going to get that on NameJet. There's no way it's going to come close to that.
Well, unless they have one of those unreasonable high returns, then everybody's disappointed.
Yeah.
Reserve. That's right. Reserve.
Reserve. Well, and I'm assuming that it's going to be some kind of high reserve because we know what they've turned down. But I do like that one. I think that the SOXA or SOXA will sell also because it's a CV. So I think that'll go in the 4,000, 4,500 range. That tends to be, unless it means something in Chinese, which I don't know. I like that one as well. I think DWI classes, I think that has some lead generation possibilities as well out of these names. So I think, the DWI, the Braden Pollocks of the world, see those kind of names and pay a little more than other people do on those. The money market account didn't really grab me as something special. I can't wait to see how it comes out. I think the average person, and I know Bank of America is a big bidder on NameJet. I think I saw Big Money Honey. That's their handle. So I'm not positive, but
you're not positive. Yeah.
That's it. The how to make money on Instagram, that may be typed in quite a bit, but I just don't see that as a domain name. So those are kind of what I like. Not my favorite NameJet. It's definitely a summer list, if you will. Not a lot of great names.
Summer doldrums, huh?
Yeah, it's a little. The portfolios aren't coming through. That's what NameJet does well, is they reach out to a lot of people, and we thin out our portfolios, all of us, through NameJet, and I don't think anybody's thinning right now. It looks like.
Yeah. All right, Adam. Let's finish up with you. First off, Census.com. Did you like it or did you not like it?
Well, I did like it, and I didn't like it, and I tend to agree with Shane. I don't know what to do with it.
You don't know. You always know how to develop out
Well,
a
hold
domain
on, I'm
name.
not done. So at first I thought, I don't really know what business to build on it. And then as I started to listen to Shane, I realized that I could probably do one of those online surveys or online polling things that were so popular on the internet maybe 10 years ago where you got paid per survey. So
Yeah.
I thought maybe for that it'd be okay, but it's a lot of money to spend on a domain for that. So I don't know. I'm not huge on it either. It's not worth 150K to me. And cooling system, Dave's right. That's a good domain name. Money market accounts, okay. I highlighted radio repair just because I don't think anybody has radios anymore under 85, unless they're built into their phone or something like that. I did like DWI classes. That's one of my favorites on there because it relates to reputation repair and because a lot of people that call me have been arrested for DUIs and they have to take the classes. And so I do like that one. I think it's good. Not sure it fits into Braden Pollock, or any other lawyers yet, though, because you're already convicted when you take the classes or you agree to take the classes to avoid the conviction. So I don't know, but I do like it a lot. I think it's a good domain name. And money market account is also a good domain name. I don't think that one's going to get near as high. Dave's used to dealing with the retail market, so and that's I'm sure he's right. It would go way high up based on retail, but at NameJet, you're simply not going to get that kind of retail.
So what do you think? What do you think moneymarketaccount.com will sell for at NameJet as long as it doesn't have a high reserve?
I'll go with. I think Shane said 15. I'll go with 20. I don't think it's going to go above 20.
Yeah. What about DWI classes? What would that one sell for on NameJet, do you think?
Again, it's to a company that provides them. It's priceless. It's certainly worth more than the $4,000 Estabot gives it. It's probably not going to sell for more than 4 to 5K, but to the right business, it's definitely worth a lot more than that.
Yeah. And so Census.com, you said you wouldn't pay 150K for it. That one probably has a reserve on it that won't be met, and it always,
And that's what I would think too.
What would you pay for Census.com, Adam?
It doesn't matter how good or whether it's a one word or not. If you don't have a really good conceptual idea or business idea or thought process behind it to build out something great, you just got to stay away from stuff like that, because it's very easy to get sucked into a good name like that and then not know what to do with it, and then later on you have to sell it for cheaper. So I've seen it many times, and even I've sold names below what I've paid for them just because at some point you realize you got to cut your losses and you're not going to be able to do what you think you're able to do with it. So I would just stay away from that name personally.
Yeah. All right. And cooling system, I have no idea how big that market is, but everything uses a cooling system. They have to be like tens of thousands of dollars each. There's probably companies that specialize in them. What do you think CoolingSystem.com will sell for on NameJet?
I'll put it at about 5 as well.
You think 5 also? All right.
Yeah, I think it's for under that. I don't think there's enough NameJet bidders that know what to do with it.
And that's the key, is you've got to know what to do with it. If you don't have an idea of what you're going to do with the name and you're bidding on it, you're just bidding stupidly.
Yeah, most of the people on NameJet are buying it to sell it for more later. That's the key. They look at cooling systems and they say, if I can buy it at this price, I think I can sell it for more. That's the majority of the people buying it.
And even a lot more of them, Shane, to back that up, they go as far as emailing out 2 weeks before, once they see it, before it even hits the auction, and trying to sell it. I had somebody try to sell me corporate reputation when it didn't even hit the auction on NameJet yet. It was still in the back order stage.
Yeah.
I got 2 emails from 2 different companies. So they're trying to sell it. If they can get a price for it from somebody who's legitimate, then they'll bid it up to whatever they think they can get for it. But that's going on a lot with NameJet right now.
Yeah.
Just a quick comment, if I may, on Census. I worked it, I think it was 3 years ago, and the reserve, I believe, was much higher. Much higher back then what they're thinking now. I did find that there were several demographers, statistical companies, marketing companies, not only in the U.S., research companies, survey companies. They really liked the name, but the budget was just not consistent with how much they liked it. But there was a lot of interest in it from a very targeted outreach campaign that I did.
But to me, they would have been better off going back to you with a lowered reserve, since you already had those contacts. and hitting the end user market instead of putting it on a place like this. And there's nothing gets named yet, but it's not an end user marketplace for me.
No, I hear you on that.
Yeah,
That
unless
makes
they
sense.
want to just blow it out at no reserve and, whatever the wholesale market will.
But why would you do that? If Dave had a buyer at 175, wouldn't you go back to him and say, look, I have people come back to me, and everybody here does all the time, and say, look, I offered you 10 grand. You offered me 10 grand 5 years ago. Are you still interested? And I get that all the time. It was an MMA domain that I think it was MMA.ca that came back to me with something like that. And I was like, yeah, not today, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, you may want to bleep this out. I don't know if it's going to be funny or not, but maybe it's just a joke, obviously. Maybe they think that some people think of senses like the 5 senses, hearing, feel, touch, and will like the name.
Oh, yeah. It is not that one. And I will not bleep it out. I don't do that.
That was a joke?
They weren't even funny. I'm just trying to help the name get meet reserve.
All right, Sherpas, we're entering the lightning round. Today we're playing Name That Price. Here's how the game works. Dave, if you don't have a piece of paper, I need you to grab a piece of paper and a pen. I'm going to name 3 domain names that sold within the past year or so. All the domains on today's show have sold to end users. You write down the price that you think it's sold at, and because they are end users, we're looking for retail value, Sherpas. No looking up search volume, past sales, anything else. We're testing your pricing skills, and then we'll look at why you guys had such discrepancies or why you guys all nailed it. Best 2 out of 3 wins the game.
Hold on, 1 point. Make sure there's no Sato sales in this one.
Let me go in and scratch that out. All right. We all know who's the king of the mountain, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get dethroned this week by default, by definition. Ollie is the king from the last show. All right. Let's see if Adam can go back and get back on track after his three-peat. All right. First up, I was looking up Bitcoin in Google Trends. Like, what's happened with Bitcoin? You never hear about Bitcoin anymore, right? It's like falling off or something. So I ran across this domain name, and I wanted to know if you guys liked it. The domain name is OneCoin. OneCoin.com. OneCoin.com. What do you think it sold for? Write down your answer. OneCoin. OneCoin.com. Everybody's writing down their answer right now, and Adam's writing. Dave is writing. Shane's ready. Dave's still writing, though. Hold on. I think he's crumpled up his paper and he's starting over. All right.
Shane's ready.
Are we ready? Here we go. Hold him up. Adam wrote 8K. Shane wrote 5,500. And Dave wrote
$4 million.
$12 million. $12,000. All right.
12, that was 12 billion with a B.
12 billion one coins. All right. The correct answer is $10,605. Dave is first on the board. Nice job, Dave. It did sell at CEDO.
Well,
But Dave didn't know that.
I did not know that.
All right, it's a new cryptocurrency. I have no idea how they're doing, but good luck to OneCoin. All right, next up, we're going to go old school new GTLD. You know what that means. We're going with a single word, dictionary word. It is movie.info. Movie.info. What did it sell for? Shane looks excited for some reason.
Yeah, I was all over that, and now I've forgotten already.
Movie.info. Seems like 2 words that should go perfectly together. I want some movie. I want some information about the movies. Could be like a one of those movie databases. Could be Movie Times. It seems to be very analogous to all the new GTLDs that are out there. Like,
Okay, so you're talking too much. I was going to go high, and then you kept talking about it, so I lowered my bid.
you lowered your bid. I'm trying to make it interesting because you guys are taking so long to write down your numbers. All right, hold them up, boys. Let's see what you got. Oh, Shane went with 14K. Adam went with, what do you got there, Adam? Hold it back a little bit.
3K.
3,000. And Dave went with 6,000. So we got 3,000, 6,000, and 14,000. You guys are all over the board on this movie.info. Why so low, Adam? What was your original price?
8,000.
8,000. Well, you would have been closer. The correct answer is $24,626 on Flippa.
Yeah,
Shane
I
gets the
remember
W.
that auction.
So $24,000 on Flippa. Why'd you guys think that it was only worth $3K and $6K?
Well, you kept saying how great it would be for a movie database, and usually when you do that, you got some plan to throw us off.
I thought I thought it was probably worth more, but I thought 6K because most movies, I know this is movie, but most movies that come out, typically the producers, directors don't want to spend a lot of money on domain names. So you see, like the name of a movie, you might see the name of the movie, movie.com.
Yeah.
Opposed to the name.com. And info, while it works very well in certain areas, like with movies or about, maybe about a city, the info domains just don't typically draw the high prices. So I came up with 6,000.
Yeah. So what do you think the analogous situation to all the new GTLDs where you have, something dot, a domain, an area? Do you think that they will go the way of movie.info? They just won't have really high prices?
You asking me?
Yeah, Dave.
I didn't quite follow. So
I didn't follow that question either.
It was probably a really poorly worded question, but Shane got it.
If you want an answer, I'll give it to you.
Shane, give it to me, baby.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. So Flippa, what's been great about Flippa is it's created these communities for these new TLDs, and it's not about, .info has its use, but Flippa picked up on it, and once a name like movie.info hit it and drone.info, it just grew. So .info was all over the board. This year, what is it? It's .io. .io is flying. People are expanding on the keywords. And movie.info, that sale was from one of the highs of the .info last year. And I remember it. I couldn't remember if it was 14 or 24, but I was part of that. I was even bidding on it.
Okay, so far we've had one Sato sale and one Shane was involved in. I see why I have no points.
The last one's a .ca.
So how does it translate to the new GTLDs? They got to get hot. You got to see some sales of something come through to prove to other investors that they have a chance to sell. Yeah. .xyz is showing a little sign of life in the numbers on NameJet. The numbers, the 3-number .xyzs are selling for $150 to $200 right now, and it's sparking, at least me, I'm paying attention because, if I can find a number to sell for 200 and pay 20, I'm going to sell it. So there's been a little action. That's the first sign, and obviously .club's creating their own. But it's going to have something take hold, and you can try and explain it, but it doesn't matter if you can or not. If other people are buying and selling it, it's happening. And Flippa did a .io and .info.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's next.
All right, here's the last one. Adam, you feeling the pressure? I don't think you've ever had a shutout. Ever.
Shit happens. What can I do?
Adam's happy. He lives in Canada.
You know what? I've been too busy adjusting my open nipple bra. So.
I know. It's a little chafing, isn't it?
Well, I think it would be, to be honest with you. I don't know why I'd want it open.
All right, last up, it's a single word.com. You guys ready? We have to do at least one. The domain is fighters.com. 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 Write down what you think it sold for.
I thought you said it was going to be a .ca. Do you mean
I lied.
.com?
It's .com. I was just trying to play
He was trying to give Adam a little bit of happiness.
He felt like I gave you a softball there because it was a Sato one to start with. Fighters.com. All right, everybody's writing down. Shane's already done.
Yeah.
He's got like shorthand or something.
I sold it.
All right, Adam's done. Hold on, we're waiting for. Okay, hold him up.
It wouldn't surprise me.
All right, Shane wrote down 65,000. Adam wrote down 50,000, and Dave wrote down 22,000. All right, so we're all in agreement that it is a mid five-figure name, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Or it should be.
It should be. All right, and the correct answer is $60,000 it sold for. Shane is the closest at 5,000 off. Shane summits the mountain.
I was off by 300,000 last week.
Well, you can keep your medals this week.
That's right. I didn't even bring them.
Yeah, where are the medals? The one time you win, you don't bring them.
They're getting too heavy to carry.
It's a good thing he's away next week. Every time we get a champion, now they disappear for a week.
I know. All right. That was, should I mention it was a shutout, Adam?
It was. What can I do? I lost.
All right.
0 for 3. And I don't think I'm going to score tonight either.
Today, as of the taping of this show on July 7th, the Shanghai Stock Exchange Composite Index is about 3,700, down from its high of about 5,100 on June 12th. David Oberting wrote in, he wants to know if you guys have seen any price changes in short letter and number domains due to the large fall in the Chinese stock market. Dave, let's start with you. Have you heard anything about Chinese investors wanting to sell, Chinese buyers not buying as much? What's the word on the street?
Well, it's interesting that he asked that question. Actually, Domain Investing did a little blog on that last week, and I commented on it. It's the same question. So thinking back to what I had written, we have noticed that lately there's been continued appreciation in price, but the growth rate has slowed. For 2 to 4, among 2, 3, and 4 letter and 2, 3, and 4 number, the LLs and NNs, names, .coms. But we're seeing some people, and we do a lot of business in China, some of our customers are telling us, we're seeing some people pulling money out of the market, even though the market came down, and looking for domains, but they're being a little bit more cautious right now. Mm-hmm. The good news is that the Chinese government is backing, I believe it's called Internet Plus, which is a quasi-governmental, maybe a mandatory strategy to grow the number of websites and domains. So there should be appreciation in the future as well from that.
Thanks, Dave. Shane, have you seen the same thing on the marketplaces?
No, and I wrote something too, but somehow Elliot forgot to hit publish. But I'm a contrarian thinker. To me, the reason domains have gone up is because the Chinese market has money to spend, and they're only allowed to buy certain things. They can only own one other home. So there's cities of millions of homes with nobody in them because they have to purchase something, and they purchase the other home, but they don't live in it. So there's millions of homes that have nobody living there. They're looking for somewhere to place that money. That money didn't start with the market. The market's grown because they had money to put into it, and that's why it's gone up so much. So I think it's not that the market's going down, so they're not buying domains. I think domains have always been another asset to purchase, and so once the market's not a growing market, I think it continues to grow. Maybe not at the same rate, but nothing can grow at the same rate. My goodness, the rate we've been going is unsustainable. But I always think the Chinese billions of people have disposable income, and they feel comfortable with domains. So I think that will continue for the near future. And the stock market's not going to change that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, I got a question for you from Sinisha Bonatza. He wrote in and asked, if the Sherpas were to do any online course today to better themselves, which one would they choose, why, and how would it be beneficial to your domaining investments? For example, SEO, digital marketing, cloud computing, project management, programming, etc. What's your advice to Sinisha?
Yeah, it's a really tough one. Based on the fact he's a domainer, probably what I would tell him to do is to learn how to build out his own sites and learn how to develop his sites himself, learn WordPress, learn some of the themes that are out there. There's lots of easy themes, and I would learn how to do that myself first. And then I would start to concentrate on the social network marketing and learn how to implement that to help promote your business.
And if you were to do one of those, what kind of business would you think is most straightforward, like a lead generation business, or what would you recommend that he build out as he's going through the process to learn to do all those things himself?
Without seeing his portfolio, it's very hard to determine, but I'd pick one of your names that isn't making a lot on cash flow on parking, that has potential, and build that one out. And then it'll be a true test of how much traffic you can build to it as well.
Yeah. Dave, what do you say as feedback to somebody who's writing in asking how should he better himself if he were to do an online course?
That really is a great question. I suppose I would be recommending that I'm not disagreeing with Adam, but in addition to that, separately from that, I would probably urge him to learn more about social media, and it's because it's so closely related to internet and it's so closely related to domain names, and there's going to be, through osmosis or whatever, there's going to be some learnings there, and to use those learnings to figure out who to target, how to target, and make a lot of contacts where we can get ongoing support.
What about you, Shane?
I'd probably say yoga.
Yoga? Online yoga?
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I think that getting the mind and the body healthy is the best start of anything you do, and then you move from there. But
you're looking for any excuse to throw your guns up. I know you. Don't do it, man.
You can work longer if you can stay up. No, I agree with Adam. I think the hardest part of getting in business is knowing how to build a website and get started. I am a one product website guy, though. I think that if you know one product and you can build a website and just concentrate selling one, you learn a lot by selling that product. I don't care if it's one bug spray or you stock one item and try and sell it. To me, that makes more sense. But it's a little easier for me because I have a retail business, so I know how to purchase stock and sell. But I could look at 500 different items and probably run a website with just one item because I know how popular it would be. But I would definitely learn creating that website. I know GoDaddy and all these people make it seem as easy as click and pull and move, and then you've got a website for 99 cents. It's not quite that simple. I think Adam can prove that. It takes a lot of work, and even people, I've got 8 years in it, and I'm constantly asking Adam or somebody else, can you bail me out of this little problem? That's something that you just don't want to rely on others every time until you get to a certain size. And when you're first starting out, you just can't afford to be paying someone every time you need to move something left and right.
Yeah. All right. We hope that's helpful. We're out of time for questions on this show, but if you have questions that you want the Sherpas to answer, post them in the comments below this video, and I'll ask them on a future show. Or if you're shy, you can send an email to michael@DomainSherpa.com. Let me know whether to use your name or not. This is the point in the show where I ask the Sherpas what's going on with them in the upcoming few weeks. Anything they want to promote, mention, share. Adam, let's start with you.
So one of the things I've decided is lots of people come to me for lead generation websites, but they don't know what to do once I build the site. So we're starting a service whereas we will charge you maybe $100 more, but we'll find the partner and create the relationship for you. So basically all you have to do is continue what we already set up and sell.
That is a cool idea. Do you have a case study to look at yet? Anything you can talk about? Like what kind of lead generation site would you set up and hook up and then somebody can take over?
Basically any service that's available on Angie's List or anywhere else. Those are where you'll find all the services and things like that. It's mostly for services.
Yeah, nice. So you will actually find where the leads that come in should be sold to and set up the relationship, and then the owner of that website then needs to go do the online marketing, social media, reach out to people.
Exactly. So we'll set up, it could be anything like Chicago fences, Chicago swimming pools, whatever it is. We'll find the guy that'll partner with you. We'll work out the percentage. We'll set it all up for you, and then basically it's for people that are afraid to pick up the phone and stuff. We'll take care of it all.
And a lot of people are. How should they contact you if people want to pursue that?
Visit me at adamdicker.com and just fill in the contact form.
Awesome. Dave Evanson, anything you want to mention or promote? Any domains you have in for sale right now that you want to promote?
Well, thank you for that opportunity. First, I want to say that Cito's having a great year. We're ahead of last year in all three major categories of marketplace, brokerage, parking. And I don't see the summer slowing it down. I know it's the beginning of the summer. Hopefully, we'll have a strong second half. First half has been great. Some of the names that I personally am brokering for Cito: Host.com, Development.com, Territory.com, Hips.com, Crystals.com. A couple of two-letter.coms. I'll mention one: EZ.com.
Whoa.
Edward Zebra, EZ.com.
Shane, isn't that you, buddy? A little easy?
Yeah. Well, my email is EasyG.
Easy Rider.
Well, get your checkbook out.
I'm just about to say, how many zeros do I have to throw on that? Do you like petunias? Because I can trade you petunias.
Hey, Dave, is there a Domain Sherpa discount if somebody wants to buy easy.com and they call you up? Like, can they get a token discount?
I think we can work something out.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, those are good domains, Dave.
Thank you. There are more, but I won't take them anymore.
Well, and if people want to learn more about those, how can they get in contact with you?
Best way would be email dave.evanson@cedo.com, cell phone 857-209-1807.
And you are always online, Dave. Like, whenever I Skype you, like, I come back from a drunken party out, 3 a.m., I Skype you, like, you're up. Just every time you're up, because you know you're my drunken Skype.
I'm always waiting for your Skype. They come at crazy times. I love it.
Shane, anything you want to promote or mention besides your Hawaiian vacation, which you keep gouging into me?
Yeah, I'm going to try and get the tan evened out.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Let him show those muscles. Let him show them.
Throw up the guns. Just one, Shane.
Come on, when you show them, you put them up before the show.
No, on Facebook, I'll do my one post a year with my guns on Facebook, so all the high school girlfriends can see what they missed out on.
That's right.
That's right.
No, first we've got Aaron Johnson works with us on Domain Shane. We got 2 Aarons, and he's having a child, I think, today, now, anytime. So by the time they see that, congratulations to him. I think it's been like 6 weeks. His poor wife has just been hanging in there trying to get this thing out. So, but he told me last night it should be anytime. So congratulations to him. Domain Shane, I'm a pretty busy guy, but I still do my list each and every day, and I have some fun with it. I try and little humor, some decent names. Summer's a little harder, but I get mail every day saying people bought name and sold them later. And even gtld.org, remember, I don't know if you watched that, it was on Flippa, but he picked that up for $69 at NameJet, I believe, and sold it for several $1,000s. I'm not sure the exact number, but the list is fun. It's worth 5 minutes coming to Domain Shane. You can contact me. I answered 75% of my emails. I try and answer them all, but sometimes I miss, unfortunately, but I try.
It's always entertaining. I read it every single day. It's one of the first things I read. DomainShane.com. Congrats to Aaron and his wife on the new baby. That's the Aaron that I met in Vegas, right?
Exactly. Yeah, he just teamed up. He's the one who does my list recap. We thought it'd be fun to see. I put the names on the list. What happens to them? And I haven't been able to go back and look like I like. So he said I'd do it, and he joined it. And he's a great guy. When you write and you team up with people, you want to team up with people who enjoy their company. And he in NamesCon, we really like spending time with him and say, hey, come on aboard. So it's been nice, and it's also nice to watch somebody else have young kids and have to go through it and know that I'm done with that.
Exactly.
Thank God. Yeah, I can't even imagine a baby crying every night. Those days are over.
Well, all you have to do is don't give her the $20 when she wants to go out with her friends as a teenager. You'll hear it.
Those are all. We have all new problems right now. I just hope.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now our wish is they don't come home with a baby.
All right, if you receive benefit from today's show, post a comment below and thank today's Sherpas. Thanks to Herschel Croy for submitting his portfolio and making a generous donation to the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center to help us all find a cure for cancer. Thanks to NameJet for submitting their portfolio and sponsoring the Domain Sherpa Reviews section. And thanks again to our Domain Sherpas, Adam Dicker, Dave Evanson, and Shane Kultra for sharing their experience and insights. We'll see you all next time.